John Fitson here once again with Mitch Vilos, and you know what he does? Look at this. What is it, Mitch?
Utah gun laws. It's all of the gun laws in the state of Utah, from A to Z.
Oh, wait. Okay, say that again.
Okay. Yeah, the Utah gun laws. It's all of the gun laws of the state of Utah, A to Z, and we've explained them so that people can understand them instead of reading just legalese. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course we have Rick, Mr. RIP Tactical. Say hi, Rick.
Hi, Rick.
So, you know, and then this other book, what is this, Mitch?
This is our self-defense laws of all 50 states. And this is a very important book for anybody who carries a gun for self-defense or a knife.
Yeah,
John?
Yeah. Rick carries guns, knives. We both do.
The reason we wrote it is because I represent people in the courtroom day in and day out who make mistakes related to the law of self-defense. So we highlighted all of the hidden legal traps in the law of self-defense, made it very easy to understand, and our intent was to keep people from falling off the cliff instead of having to come in later on and picking up the pieces at the bottom of the cliff. Okay? So that's kind of the way we wrote the book too. There's an entertainment package. It's easy to read, it's fun to read, and it's about a 4-hour read unless you're traveling a lot. We've got every state in there. There are some things in Utah that you can do legally. If you did the same thing in Maryland, you'd be guilty of murder. So yeah.
Yeah, and then, you know, and Rick, you know, he does ARs, Rick does, and all these laws that they're trying to pass and all this other stuff, isn't it making it hard for you even to get parts right now for ARs?
It's real hard to get parts right now, real hard.
So
you can't get them.
Yeah, so Rick's backed up. How many guns can you build right now?
0.
But if you had the parts.
30, 40.
Yeah. So anyway, what is going on, Mitch?
Well,
what do we have to watch out for, and what do we got to do?
Well, we've just got to make it very, very plain that we're not going to stand for an assault weapons ban. And the reason for that is, if you read the historical commentary surrounding the Second Amendment, it is very, very plain that the citizenry of the United States needs to be better armed than the military. Now, obviously, in this day and age, we've fallen way below that. But if we lose our right to have semi-automatic firearms, we have lost the right to withstand tyranny. And that's always a threat. Our founding fathers said that's always a threat. We cannot allow it to go below that. And so what happens, 28 out of the 29 sheriffs in Utah wrote a letter to President Obama, and it was a kick-butt letter, and it said basically, you come try to take our guns from us, either because they weren't registered or because we didn't turn them in or whatever, we will stand with the citizens of the state of Utah. And that was a very bold letter, and it sent a shot across the bow, as you might say.
Our friends X96, Bill, very popular radio station, his cohort even told him, he said, you know, what is this? This is hurting, so the ATF can't really do their duty. And they says, and any of these cops that believe in that, you're a law enforcement. You're supposed to do what the government says. No. What does it say? And when you take an oath to be military or police, to uphold the Constitution.
That's right.
That's what it says.
And so we're encouraging all law enforcement officers to look into the organization known as the Oath Keepers.
Great organization.
And you know, the numbers that join who are law enforcement send a message to Washington that the states are not going to put up with that kind of tyrannical attempts. Any attempt to register our semi-automatic weapons will be met with defiance, because that would be an attempt at tyranny. If confiscation is tyranny, registration is attempted tyranny. That's the way I believe, and I think most people in the West and in the South believe the same way, don't you think?
And what does it say in the Constitution? It says right in the Constitution, right to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed on. Says it not. That, you know, and look what's happening. It should all be thrown out now.
Yeah.
It's all bullshit. It's really bullshit.
It is totally bullshit. And the reason is, they try to use the Sandy Hook massacre as a reason. Everybody admits that by registering or banning semi-automatic firearms, it would not have prevented that tragedy from happening. That gun was stolen, and it just wouldn't prevent it. And so these people that are trying to get the assault weapons ban, Feinstein, Schumer, Bloomberg of all people, his cops go out there and shoot 9 innocent people before they hit the bad guy, what kind of clown is Bloomberg?
Exactly. Yeah,
He's a clown, okay?
Yeah. Bloomberg was one, he even said we should do a confiscation. He was on a radio station or something. What an idiot!
He is a total clown. And what is very, very disturbing is those people know that the only thing that's going to protect children is to do away with the gun-free zones and to provide armed security. You look back in Washington and a lot of their friends, those kids go to school with armed security. Where President Obama's kids go, they have 12 officers, security officers, in addition to the Secret Service. And our kids don't deserve any armed protection. That's crazy. That's absolutely.
Well, LaPierre said good guys with guns. You need good guys with guns to be bad guys with guns.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, my daughter's school is an art school, and I know there's probably 6 guys that have concealed weapons permits. But the thing is, we're out picking up our kids, but we can't go in to a school or anything.
In Utah?
Yeah.
Oh, because it's private?
Yeah. So anyway, but it's just all bullshit. But I'll tell you, you know what? We got to keep America armed. You guys, watch what you carry, and be a good guy. We got to put these guys down that are causing all this shit in our lives. I'm losing sleep over it.
Yeah, well, and that's why we wrote the books, because we want gun owners to obey the law and not make serious mistakes that can be used to punish the rest of the gun owners that are law-abiding. Got to say this too, John.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize that since 2001, Utah school teachers with concealed weapon permits have been allowed to carry guns in the school.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, from kindergarten all the way through college, okay?
Cool.
And college students that are 21 or older that have concealed weapons permits. We're encouraging all those teachers that would like to take on that responsibility, all the college students that want to take on that responsibility, go out and get your concealed weapons permit. That's the only thing that's going to prevent the Sandy Hook kind of tragedies. And what's sad is that these guys that I mentioned, Feinstein, Bloomberg, Schumer, they know that that's the only solution, and yet they scream and put on the brakes when anybody suggests that kids have armed security. Why would they do that?
Idiots?
No, they're evil. They would
exactly.
They would allow children to be shot and murdered in mass rather than lose their attempt to disarm the American public. That is one of the most evil, sinister political moves, and we need to stop people like that. Stop them, stop them, stop them. We need to educate people in California and New York to get those people out of office.
And one other thing, guys, remember, you don't have a gun. Look at that guy in China that took a cleaver to all 20 people. Yeah. I mean, if it's not one thing, there's a lady that was in Walmart. She stabbed 8 people, grabbed one of the knives off the counter. That was, about 2 years ago? But yeah, so anyway, you guys, thank God for Mitch. Do what you can. Call the Tea Party. They got a number where you can talk to all your representatives. Leave a number. The Tea Party has that number. I got that at home. I should have brought it.
Let's do this too. We're putting together a kind of a list of arguments to help citizens to be able to explain to others why you need an assault rifle, why guns were not manufactured with the intent to kill. All these stupid arguments that you hear in the press, we're preparing to help our citizens explain why those are lies. So stay tuned. We'll be back with you with a
We'll
lot
do
of
some
that
more
kind of,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Mitch, as always, thank
Hey,
you, buddy.
You bet.
You
It's
know?
good to be with you.
Hey, and there went Rick. We'll
yeah.
do some stuff.
Yeah, he's a little camera shy.
He's off.
And you got to get a cane and pull us off because we're always, you know,
But we're going to do some more stuff, me and you.
All right, yeah.
Okay. See you guys later. Edges sharp, powder dry.